Bada boom, bada bing. All right, welcome everybody to Diamond Zone. It is Tuesday, May 16th, and officially we have extended the pay cycle. So I want to make sure everybody notes that. It has been extended today at midnight for another week. So obviously great time for everybody now to really push the pedal to the metal and rank advance. That's the whole idea here, guys. Rank advance and go really, really hard this next week. And I'll tell you, it's amazing if everything that you did the last week was done correctly. I'm telling you that in a 2 or 3 day period, you could put on $10,000 to $15,000 in volume. So just keep working through the month. Work all the way through. A lot of us are going to Bangkok. I know Lisa and I and the girls leave on Friday, and it's going to be a great event. A lot of new announcements. But for all the people that are staying behind, man, this is exciting to be able to extend the pay cycle. Okay, that's the first announcement. The second announcement is tomorrow night. You know that we do our business opportunity calls every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Well, tomorrow night we're doing it, same thing, 6 o'clock. But Jeremy Roma and myself and Lisa will be tag teaming that event. We just want to make it a big event before we all go to Thailand. So really promote that call tomorrow night. We expect to have over 1,000 people on that call. So that is tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on the same link. JL World Global will be linked to the other one. So everybody who goes to JL World Global will get onto that event. And then, of course, guys, remember we announced the Las Vegas contest for people with our suite party and anybody who rank advances. Lisa, where did you list that? Okay, the contest rules are on Hilo Life. So we want to be able to give away a lot of money, guys, for all the people that are rank advanced. But remember, and please note this, because I don't know if this was clear, in order to participate, you must be in attendance at the suite party on Thursday night. If you want the money that you're owed because you're rank advanced, you must be at the suite party on Thursday night. So that is what is going on. There's your income disclosure notice. I think I know this by heart now. And it's actually become my favorite slide. It's actually become my favorite slide when I do the presentations. Guys, use this. This is a closing tool, okay? Because I will tell you, I don't know of any network marketing company that will actually talk about their income disclosure notice. And I think this really validates what we're doing here at World Global Network. And one of the things I say, and I know I touched on this yesterday, is as I talk to people, I say, listen, we want to make sure we dot all our I's and cross all our T's because this is a legacy company. And then I kind of talk about Amway. Amway's in its 60th year. They did $13 billion last year. They're on their 4th generation of multimillionaires, okay? This is the type of company that we want to follow. So this income that you have is willable and transferable, and we want to make sure we protect it. And then I read word for word the income disclosure notice, okay? And I'm telling you, it's drawing people further to us. You would think it would push people away. It works in the exact opposite. So use this when you do your presentations, guys, okay, or you're talking to people, okay? It's very, very, very powerful. So I want to put that up there. So this way everybody knows that we do talk about this every time we do a presentation, no matter what it is. So today we're going to talk about the pitfalls, the powerful pitfalls within our industry. And you guys, like I say, every time I do a call with all of you, you know, we really appreciate all the people that take this journey and get on these calls every morning. And, you know, I just want to keep everybody's head right because when you hear these types of presentations, Here's your thought process. Does this apply to me? Number one, because obviously you have to make that correction first. And if it doesn't apply to you, based on what I'm saying, are there people in your organization this applies to? Because if you're working with your group, right, you should be very in touch and in tune with what your group is going through. Okay, because remember, what separates, for example, me and Lisa from somebody brand new, it's not that we're not going to hit the pitfalls. We all hit the pitfalls. It's a matter of how much it affects us. And a new person, it usually affects them so much, they stop doing the business. Where someone's more seasoned, they go, oh, just another pitfall, got to keep moving forward. Right? It doesn't affect our journey. And I want to make sure you guys know that you can't let this affect your journey. Okay? Hang on. Hang on. I'll wipe my nose. I'm getting too close to all you guys. I got my nose is running. I got to wipe my nose. Okay. So anyway, so this is the pitfalls, guys, and I want you guys to watch this. But here's the concept. And, in our business, we talked about yesterday, it's really about understanding what you have to offer people. And what you want very quickly is you want a decision. And so we all need to work with unbelievable urgency. I had somebody call me the other day and say, listen, Jeff, a lot of people are saying to me, well, when you get results, then you could come back to me and I'll listen. Well, listen, if someone's saying that to you, okay, you got to understand, okay, that this is a business of expanding your vision, their vision. Whether or not I'm getting results should have nothing to do with you. If Jeremy would have told me that, if I would have said to Jeremy, what are you making? It really makes no difference to me what Jeremy's making. Because I know if I do the work and I do it better than Jeremy, I'll make more money. And I'm just using that as an example. So people go, well, when you get results, you know what that is? That's a stall tactic. That's all it is. What you want to get to is a decision. That's it. And the worst thing you could hear is, I'll think about it, or I don't know. You just want a yes or a no. So if I got somebody on the fence, it's all about how I set this thing up. Here's what we're doing. Here's where we're going. It's a category creator. And you got to create the urgency. One of the ways to create urgency with people, and this is the truth, as you know, in the binary, people could benefit from other people's sponsorships. So do you understand, Sam, that when I do well and I start adding people, you could benefit from those people? So this helps people make that decision, okay? Now, having said that, everybody on this call, or everybody you talk to, in my mind, this is how I think. Everybody has unbelievable potential. But let me just tell you, potential is overrated. Right? Do you ever see the NBA draft or the NFL draft? And you got these people that go in the 7th round and they're the number 300 pick. Nobody wanted them. Do you know Tom Brady, okay, was a 6th round pick? Nobody thought he would ever do anything in the NFL. He was slow. He was lethargic. He wasn't that accurate, but became the number one quarterback to ever play the game. And that's obviously debatable. Okay. But see, understand, everybody has potential. Everybody has potential. When you make a decision, you have potential. But what separates people, okay, that have potential from the people that are actually receiving the money? Taking action. Taking action. This is what we try to do. Get people to take the action necessary to build their business. And we all know what the action is. We all know where their starting gate is. It's the 2-minute video. But the 2-minute video just gives people the information quickly. So when you take action, okay, then what happens is when you start to get any type of result, you get belief. Right? You have to have the belief. Well, I went out there and somebody said something favorable about my 2-minute video. I will tell you, when you take action, it builds the most important thing you could have. Okay, you gotta believe that you're already there. This is how you do it. You gotta believe you're already where you wanna go. And then what happens is when you take action and you start to get results, okay, now here comes even bigger belief. So when you look at this whole thing, this is the cycle you take everybody through. People have disbelief and doubt, fear and doubt, even though they have potential. But you got to get people moving quickly. So a lot of you are signing up people every day. I could see the growth. It's unbelievable what's going on. But our goal is to get people to start taking action and getting that 2-minute video into people's hands. Okay, so let's talk about some of the pitfalls that you may have experienced or other people in your organization may be experiencing. And the number one thing that a lot of people will do is reinvent the wheel. Try to reinvent the wheel. Okay, now this is normally going to be for somebody who just gets involved, right? This may be somebody that has network marketing experience. I had a guy yesterday, I did a 3-way call. He goes, I forgot who, it was a guy in Brisbane, Australia. And it's a doctor and his wife. He goes, well, Jeff, I just want to let you know, I have no network marketing experience. You know what I said? Good. You're not bringing all your baggage over here. I go, you're a clean slate. And I said, listen, here's all I want from you, doc. He's a doctor. I said, I just want you to be teachable. That's all I want you to do. I want you to take what we're telling you and do exactly what we say. He goes, I'm really good at that. That's how I became a doctor. I had to be teachable. I had to learn. Okay. I said, now listen, here's the good news. There's not much to learn here. This is about doing. I go, you got an unbelievable contact base and you have credibility with your contact base. But I loved what he said. I have no network marketing experience. See, a lot of people, they go right into reinventing the wheel. And instead of listening to what we're telling them to do, they think they know everything. Is anybody relating to this? Maybe people in your organization, okay, they just sit there and they're frozen. They're trying to maybe develop a new scheme or a new system. They might be trying to redo the PowerPoint presentations or redo the videos, okay? These are people that are wasting time and energy, but I'm going to share with you something. This is an unconscious, what's the word I'm looking for? They're doing it on purpose. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. They're doing it on purpose. Okay, maybe consciously, maybe subconsciously. They're overcomplicating the business. I find this to be a lot of times on purpose. Let me tell you why. It's an excuse not to go out there and do the simple things. See, listen, if I'm brand new in the business, and I'm not listening to my sponsor, I think I know everything because I got 24 years of experience. I start developing new schemes and new systems. And I'm just wasting time. And the person said, Jeff, that's not what I told you to do. Send out the 2-minute video. The reason why a lot of people do this, it's an excuse not to get in front of people. It's an excuse. Well, see, I'm getting ready. I love this one. I'm getting ready to get ready, Jeff. Don't worry about me. I love this one. I'm the turtle. I'm the turtle. I have to make sure this slide goes before this slide. Now, do you think I recreated anything? No. No, you think I redid the 2-minute video? No, we started sending out the 2-minute video. And this is someone with 24 years of experience. Do I think when I look at the slideshow, we can make it better? Sure. But you know what? Why am I wasting my time? I'm not, because here's my logic. Obviously, people are making a hell of a lot of money doing what they're telling me to do. And why would we want to give you any wrong advice if we make a percentage off what you do? See, that makes absolutely no sense, right? Why would I be taking my time every morning and trying to relay to you different nuances to the business and actually take my time and tell you what won't work? Yeah, that's a good plan. Let's just tell everybody what won't work. So if you're here, get out of there. Just follow the system. Well, Jeff, I'm following the system, and it's not working as fast as I want it to. Well, welcome to the business world. At the end of the day, the system is supposed to get people to move quickly. That's all. It's supposed to get people to move quickly. Does it mean that everybody watches the 2-minute video goes, I must have a helo? I will sponsor 10 people this week. No, it's supposed to get them out doing something because we want to get people to get the results. So if you're not here, think about people you may have in your organization. Okay, and the way you get them out of this landmine is to really re-emphasize the simplicity of our system. This is how I do it. I go, listen, Joe, I just had a conversation with somebody. I go, listen, you have unbelievable potential. These are the conversations I have sometimes with people. I go, but you haven't gotten me on one 3-way call. You haven't gotten anybody on any webinars. I go, let me ask you a question. What's going on? And he said, I'm just frozen. I said, okay, let's go back. Let's redo this. You're starting today. And I've done this a lot with people. You're starting today. I'm sending you the welcome letter. We're going to go through the welcome letter. Forget the 3 months prior because those don't count. Because remember, you were frozen. I go, let's just go back to what needs to happen today. And I just said, okay, let's just erase what you didn't do. Who cares? I said, this is a very forgiving business. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Let's just go back to what you should have done in the beginning. And I just got him thinking, okay, now let's just start doing what we were supposed to do, sending out that video. Let's make your list. The things I talked about yesterday. Let's do your top 10. Okay, and after that call, okay, that same day, he got me on 2 3-way calls. You see, it's just identifying, knowing you care and that you are watching. It wasn't because I just took his money because he bought a premium pack. No, I'm identifying. I go, this guy had potential. I'm going to reach down there. I'm going to try again. Let's restart them. Maybe they need that positivity. And you might have the attitude, well, I don't care, next. Okay, but I'm also going to touch base once in a while. Okay, I want you to identify that. You may have somebody there because remember, what if he isn't the one? But let's just say one of those 2 3-way calls he set me up with the same day became the one. He did his job. The frozen guy led me to somebody else because I got him to do something. See, a lot of you, I don't have to motivate. You're doing it every day. But what if you're just someone who's a piddler? Well, you know how many piddlers led us to somebody else that actually built it? And so that's how you get out of reinventing the wheel, showing people the simplicity of our system, okay? Number 2, small time attitude. These are people that don't understand the big picture here. Okay, you may be out there treating it like a hobby, a part-time job. You say, well, Jeff, it is. This is a part-time job for me. Okay, well, understand this part-time job or this little hobby thing, okay, I'm telling you will make you unemployable if you understand the power. See, I got involved spare time, part-time, but once I understood it, I understood this could be my future. It's getting people to move quickly but realize, okay, that the potential here is unlike anything they've ever seen. Show me a job where you could start making Nat and Shanita money. Show me a job where you can make Chad and Natita money, or even the money we're making right now. We're presidents doing $50,000 to $99,000 in a pay cycle. Do 20% of that. What job would pay me that? See, I had to understand that. And here's the thing. You're going, well, I'm not making it yet. Well, that's the potential, correct? There's a lot of people that dabble rather than commit. Now, I'll tell you why they do this. Because if they really commit, they don't want to hold themselves accountable. It's just human nature. So I got to get people to see the big picture here. That's why it's so important to keep people plugged into the system. It keeps expanding their vision. A lot of people in your organization simply will lose interest after a short time because they don't have their desire down. They don't have their why. They don't understand the long-term commitment or the long-term potential of 18 months to 5 years here. Isn't it amazing? You have people in your groups that have worked for companies for 10, 20, 30 years. Never, ever, ever could possibly achieve their financial goals, but they stay there. And they work 8 to 12 hours in a job that's never going to get them what they want. Then they get over here and they go, well, this is not working. Well, how long have you been doing it? Well, 30 days. You see, it's giving people the realistic expectations. Do you understand, everybody on this call? You've chosen an opportunity that could give you whatever you want. You're just on a journey to get there. Are there going to be landmines and roadblocks? Yeah, that's why I'm going over it. It's not about whether or not you're going to hit one of these. It's how you react when you hit it. And my philosophy is, let's tell you up front, knowing you're going to hit it, so that way you could identify it and go, oh yeah, that's what Jeff talked about. I'm in the small time attitude landmine. I got to get out of it. And you go, whoop, and you just kind of skip through it. Okay, that's what happens to us. You got to identify where you're at. Okay, that's the whole idea, right? It's like when you go to a mall, right? You go to a mall and you walk in, you go, where's Nordstrom's? And you go to that big map. And unless you know where you are, you can't figure out where you're going. Because when you look at the map, what does it say? You are here. Let me ask you a question. Do you all even know where you are? Okay, you are here and you want to get where? There. And you got to navigate through the mall to get there. That's the landmines. That's the landmines. You're navigating your way through financial independence. You think there might be some roadblocks? Like shipping? Like customer service? These are the tests. And some people will let that paralyze you. And I'm not diminishing some of the issues by no means. But you know what? I understand it as part of my journey. So we'll get through it. I'm just going to be honest and upfront with people. That's it. And if that's something that stalls them, don't sponsor them. Just say, wait a minute, this may not be the time or place for you. But don't lose control. A lot of people lose control as it starts growing. Why? They're not plugged into a system. They don't understand. Small time attitude usually comes from having no immediate results. Well, we understand this. Why do you think we have immediate income? Okay, now let me explain to you what immediate results are. Sometimes it's not money. Sometimes it's just getting your small successes. And I'll touch on this in a second. Okay, your small successes are, do you have a plan? It could be as small as this. I've created my why. Do you know how powerful it is for you to really look within yourself and create your why? That's everything. So you go, wait a minute, I haven't created a why. I haven't dreamt in over 30 years. And I finally now am able to dream again. And I finally thought to myself, why am I doing this? And you found your passion. You know what that means for your journey? If your why is powerful enough, that's an immediate result. You know how many people never, ever, ever find their why? They don't want to think about their why because they know the situation they're in will never allow them to accomplish it. So that's why we never ignite our entrepreneurial spirit. Listen, everyone, I want you to ignite it. I don't want you to have a small-time attitude. I want you to find something within you that lights that entrepreneurial flame. And let me tell you why. Because you have a way to achieve those goals. That's what this is. So now you see what happens if I ignite this entrepreneurial flame and it's this big. When you hit a landmine, you go, this is nothing compared to where I'm going. And it just keeps you moving forward. That's the whole journey here. It's keep moving forward. Have you ever read a successful person's book? Okay, read any person. Read any person who's ever accomplished anything. If it's a 24-chapter book, I promise you 23 of the chapters is the journey. 23 of the chapters is the pitfalls. It's all the roadblocks. And guess what we relate to? Those things is what we relate to. Okay, I think it was Jesse says that, one of my favorite shows? You're all going to laugh. I don't care. Dancing with the Stars. I love that show. I absolutely love it. Why? I love the stories. I was watching last night because we did a launch call for a group in New Zealand. So I got off the call late and I had to watch the semifinals. Okay? And in the semifinals was Simone Biles, the #1 gymnast in the world who won the gold medal. It was I forgot his name, a football player, David Ross, who played for the Cubs. Okay, and they did a little segment on their journey, right? All the things, all the obstacles they went through to get to where they are. You know Simone Biles, okay, who's the #1 gymnast in the world, been in a gym since she's 3 years old, never had a boyfriend, never went on a date, and she was just possessed to be #1. And all the heartache and all the injuries and getting up at 4 in the morning, doing what most people would never do. Why? Because she had a dream. She made a decision at 6 years old to be #1 in the world. But she had to be willing to do what most people wouldn't do. Do you see? And that gives me the chills. You may think that's corny. I don't care, but it gives me the chills because that's what people do. Then you get people coming over here and they go, well, this is not working. Well, what have you done? Well, I sent out 3 texts. Excuse me? That's your journey? That's your why? That's what you're willing to go through to get what you want? No, no, no. Your why isn't big enough, dude. It's not big enough. She said, I'm going to be #1 in the world. That means that she has to do what most people would not be willing to do. And those were the stories. See, that's what motivates me. You got to find what motivates you. Okay, and here's what happens. When you believe you have an opportunity, then it allows you to dream again. #3. Okay, let's go back. #2. Do you have anybody in your group that's here? Are you here? Is there something you could approve here? Does any of this relate to you? Okay, now I showed you how to get out of it. You got to have your why. #3, we know everybody's going to hit this one. We know without a doubt this will paralyze you. It's taking rejection personally. If you allow rejection to take over you, you will never continue the journey. So let me help you with this one. No. How do you feel? No. No, 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 no. Rejection. You're crazy. This will never work. Why are you doing another one? Well, how many is this for you, Jeff? Is this your 17th opportunity? Okay. See, it's all that stuff. You know how you take care of this one? Who cares? I don't care what other people think. I really don't. I care what I think. I care what my family thinks. Because if you take rejection personally, a lot of times it'll emotionally cripple you. It'll allow you to lose your nerve so you lose your nerve to execute your daily plan. Oh, why am I going to send out that text? No one's going to respond anyway. If they do, I'm going to get a voicemail, or they're not going to answer me back, or they'll disconnect their phone. Okay, this is just too hard. Check your why. Check your big time vision. And if you get to the point where you start doubting yourself, then I'm going to tell you right now, this will devastate you, stop you in your tracks. Taking rejection personally will devastate you. Never, ever doubt your journey. Never. Don't let somebody steal your dream. That's another one coming up called dream stealers. Okay, understand that you have the golden ticket. And you just got to go through the numbers to find the people that buy into where you're going. Remember? Some people sell products, some people sell vision. I'm selling my vision of what I want to accomplish out there. Number 4, justifying inactivity. Okay, this kind of goes back to number 1, right? Because if I'm recreating the wheel, if I'm designing a new scheme or a system, then you know what? I understand why I'm inactive. But justifying inactivity, you start defending your bad results. You start accepting your bad results. All the reasons why it's not working. God knows. God knows we have some reasons, right? But you know what? How is it some people are making $1 million a month? Fact, go back to my income disclosure. Okay, some people are making $1 million a month and they have the same obstacles that we have. Why do some people make nothing and some people make $1 million a month? They don't let that affect them. They don't let them affect their journey. They just don't. Poor planning, bad priorities, time wasters. This really relates a lot of it, guys, to number 1. Because if you're out there and you're time wasting and you're spending all your time doing non-money making activities, and that's why people get stuck, because you're busy being busy. That's the end of the day. Do you ever meet a person just being busy, but never gets anything done, but they always look busy? Okay, are you here? If not, do you have people in your group here? If you want your efforts duplicated, you better make sure they're worth duplicating. Let me just ask you this question. If everybody did what you did yesterday, let's say you had a group of 10,000 people. If everybody did what you did yesterday, would you be rich or poor? You see, only you know what you do every day. I can't see you. I could see you here a little bit. If I can't watch what you do every day, but just always remember that. If everybody did what you did last week, last month, yesterday, everybody in your group duplicated what you were doing, would anything change? Okay? See, you got to be the one. And I'm trying to set the pace. Okay? I'm trying to set the pace. Are there things we could work on? Absolutely. Okay? But we're trying to lead the race. Okay, we go, well, oh my gosh, if they're doing that, maybe I should have a clue to also do this. Now, here's how you get out of inactivity. Knowing what activities earn you money. And this is not my training. I do a full training on the 9 critical activities. But the number 1 thing, okay, is this, your activity of accountability. You got to be accountable to what you say you're going to do. Don't answer to me. Don't answer anybody else. But if you have your why big enough and you set your daily plan, all I'm asking is be accountable to what you said you were going to do. Be accountable to what you said you're going to do. How many times am I going to send out that 2-minute video today? How many 3-way calls am I going to set up? How many flyers am I going to put out? I could go on and on all the money-making activities. How many phone calls am I going to make? Are you playing multi-level? Are you playing the world global, or are you actually doing it? Okay, and this was my switch. When I started to really understand what I was involved in, I took it seriously. And I started to put together my plan. Know the features of the product. No, you have to get deep into it. Just know the features. Well, you go through it every day. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. Structure your company. 5 left, 5 right. 5 team developers left, 5 team developers right. You have the structure to go diamond. People say, well, I'm not diamond yet. Well, you have 5 left, 5 right. And you probably got to have 30 to 40 people to get 5 left, 5 right. It's just numbers. And you just make fun of it. Okay, I'm just on my journey. I'll get my 5 left, my 5 right. But let me ask you all, are you a team developer? Here we go again. Who's got to be team developer first? You do. So get that done. And guess what? You're in the suite on Thursday in Vegas. I think that's pretty cool, right? Get this right. Money-making activities, get this right. Have a good reading and listening library. We're inundated with stuff every day from the media, from the newspapers we read, the radios we listen to, and we're being inundated with poison. That's how I look at it. I got to get this right every day because I got to go out there and deal with those people. So get a good reading and listening library. Think and Grow Rich, Outwitting the Devil, right? For the 4 agreements. These are things you should commit to every day to read at least 1 chapter. Okay? Because that happens. And then the way you make money is by showing the plan. Sharing the video. That's what this means. Getting people to see what you see. Getting people the information. How many times a day are you committed to doing this? Here's the numbers game, guys. Activity of accountability. Edification of your leadership. Edification of your system. Edification of your company. These are the things you're talking about, right? You're working with a category creator company. Brand new in the market, launching into 195 countries with an unbelievable simple system for success. And I'm working with some very successful people. Okay, this leads into maybe a 3-way call. Edifying why you're excited. That's key. People want to be involved with people that know where they're going. And the people that know where they're going get excited about the people that are around you. That's what edification is. Do you all believe you have good leadership? Do you all believe you've chosen the right company? That's edification. This is how you get your belief. Believing in what you're doing. You got to have that belief. It's got to be a core belief. And then here's another activity. Hold yourself accountable by allowing someone to mentor you. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if I bring somebody in, will you give me permission to mentor you? Which means hold you accountable to what you say you're going to do. Uh-oh. Whoa, I don't know about that one. I kind of like doing what I want to do and no one telling me what to do. Okay, then you better be pretty much self-motivated. Who motivates the motivator? You ever think about that one? Okay, this is where I want to get you. I want to get you to be the person, okay, that motivates the motivator. You're the motivator. You got to motivate yourself. There's your hardest journey right there. Forget the 2-minute video. Forget wearable technology. Forget shipping. The hardest part is motivating you. And you all know what makes you work. You all know why you do certain things. You can't fool yourself. So these are the things that get you out of these landmines. Be a promoter of the tools and events. When's our next event? If you have a 3-way call set up, that's the next event. Do you have a Zoom meeting set up? That's the next event. Tomorrow night is the next scheduled event, tomorrow night at 6. Promote it. Don't just wait for us to come to your market. You need to be a good promoter of all events. So those are the critical activities that get you out of, right? Go back, justifying inactivity. Knowing what activities earn you money. Number 5, listening to the dream stealers. Woo! Any of those out there? Are you a dream stealer? Were you a dream stealer? They'll make you doubt your opportunity. Tell me you haven't come across some of these people. What are you doing? What? World? Wearable technology? Are you kidding me? Now you better stay at that job. You're going to lose everything you got, son. And they start to create fear and doubt in you. You're trying to put fear and doubt down, put fear and doubt out of your life, and they're trying to create it. Why? Because it makes them feel good of where they are. Know this. Understand why dream stealers are dream stealers. That's why I say if you talk to a successful person, they are never dream stealers. They're encouraging you. They might not do your opportunity, but they'll never ever put you down. I've never had somebody who's financially stable, who's done well in life, ever put me down. You know who puts me down? All my broke friends. That's who makes fun of me the most. All the people that can't rub 2 nickels together are telling me I'm crazy. No, dude, you got this wrong. You're crazy. No one's going to steal my dream. See, in the beginning, you allow people to steal your dream. They'll make you question your beliefs. You really believe you're going to be financially independent? You're going to have what? Residual income? Really? Those things don't work. Here today, gone tomorrow. Oh, how many is this now for you? 7? See, question your beliefs. You let them in. No. See, I have a big bodyguard. None of this penetrates me. I've hired one. 6'10", 400 pounds. I don't let this stuff in. Some of you let it in. They're going to make you doubt yourself. But here's what you have to understand when you meet a dream stealer. The loudest critics are usually the ones angry and frustrated about their own lives. The 4 agreements: never take anything personally. What people say, okay, about you is no business of yours. Do you understand? They're not mad at you, they're mad at themselves, but they're lashing out at you because you're the one that's showing change. And that makes them uncomfortable. Just know that. You know what I just do when I meet somebody like this? I go, okay, dream stealer. I don't say it to them. And I just move quickly away from them. Quickly away from them. Because that's what happens. Tell me they're not all around us. Well, I'll tell you, 98% of the people, okay, are unhappy at where they are in their life. So do you think these people are going to embrace you? But you got to get them to see what you see, some of them. And here's what you see. And I'm not training on this, but this is part of, and you've seen it over and over again, knowing what you're offering these people. This is what you're offering. That's why I show this in a lot of my trainings. How many people wouldn't want something on the screen? Think about it. This is what's in your product. This is what's part of your opportunity. giving people a way to own their own business, giving that dream stealer a way to maybe supplement their income, getting them to believe for a split second that they could what? Be paid what they're worth. Getting them to think about their future and letting them know this is fun. This is a system for success. There's personal and group coaching. There's turnkey programs. There's a social media platform. And there's a weekly calendar of events that keeps you on track. See, this is what you're offering people, guys. This is what I want you to know. So that's how you get out of that landmine. Number 6. Have you hit this one yet? You're a crybaby. Become a crybaby. This doesn't work. I haven't got my product yet. And I'm not making fun. Emotional demands. Always talking about the problems. Okay? Some of you have witnessed that just on some of our calls. And what do I say? You're always talking about the problems. Not that we're in la-la land, but those conversations go up. But you got to understand, you will always bring onto you what you think about. These are people that don't produce, they don't take correct direction, they don't commit, they don't honor the program. There's really nothing anybody can do for this type of person short of working the business for you. Listen, we're very aware of all the problems. Believe me. But I'm not going to live there. I'm not. I know without a doubt, otherwise I wouldn't have done what I've done, that I believe that we're on the journey and we're going to be laughing. This is going to be a chapter in my book. That's how I look at it. Oh, remember the time? This, and this didn't happen and this didn't work? That's a chapter. So when the next person reads the chapter, they go, oh, I see. They went through some problems. Oh, they persevered. Oh my gosh. And then they got to where they are. Do you think success is a rosy journey? If success was easy, we'd all be wealthy. I'm just telling you, I just told you the hardest part of the journey. That's why I train on the pitfalls. So you know it's just part of it. This is not my training. This is 30 years. This is 50 years. This is probably the same trainings Amway taught 60 years ago. Because when someone takes a successful journey, there's always going to be roadblocks. And you persevere through it. Number 7, fearful of the wrong things. Fear and doubt will stay with you, but understand, fearful of what? Failure? Let me help you with this one. You will fail. But let's define failure. Is failure when you go out there and execute your plan and someone says no to you? Do you really believe that's failure? That's success. Turn it. I did what I said I was going to do. He just didn't accept the journey. That's not failure. Here's failure. Getting involved and doing nothing. Even that you could spin. Well, at least I got involved. Right? It's all about how you look at it. Failure. What's failure? Really, failure is someone who's identified that where they are is not where they want to be, and they stay there. To me, that's failure. But if you're executing your plan every day, you are successful. Say it to yourself. I'm successful. I told myself today I was going to reach out to 20 people. I told myself today I would set up 2 3-way calls. And I told myself today I would have 5 people on the webinar. And I accomplished that. Is that failure? No. That's success. Hold yourself accountable to your activity. Fear of failure. No, spin it. Otherwise, you'll go into the doldrums. Fear of change. You've already changed. How can you be fearful of something you already did? Everybody here on this call, you've changed. You made your decision. Now, here's the other change. I got to change to hold myself accountable. I got to change and make the decision today to take the journey. Remember my conversation with the other guy? 3 months, he hasn't done anything. I go, so what? Let's start over. Maybe you're somebody on the call that hasn't started yet. Maybe you're just a good professional meeting goer. You're on every day and you like it and you smile and you go, oh my gosh, this is so great. I just love that Jeff guy. Woo, I laugh and I have my cup of coffee. Okay, but you still haven't started. Okay, then make that decision today to start. Who cares? Can you imagine it if I reached one person today and you said, you know what, I'm starting today. We've accomplished something. 2 years. 2 years. I pretended I was doing it. 2 years. Until Lisa slapped me and said, if you're not going to take this seriously, go get a job. Uh-oh. I better change. Now it was fear of what? Going back to what I didn't want. Don't ever be afraid, guys. Take the journey. Fear of the unknown. How do you make the known? How do you make the unknown known? Anybody help me with this one? How do you make the unknown known? Do it. Now it becomes a known. Well, I don't know how to do it. The unknown is doing a 3-way call. Well, do one now. You know one. It's just like a riddle. It just really is. Okay? Remember Batman? Riddle me this, Batman. Okay? That's the business. If you're fearful of the wrong things, it makes you willing to settle for less. Don't. That's why you accepted this opportunity. Once you learn this, I'm telling you guys, you can never do anything else. The skill set you learn here is unbelievable when you're in the people business. It's amazing. And you'll be able to meet people, get into a conversation, and figure out very quickly where the person is in their life. And all you got to do is match where they are and show them where they want to go. But you got to find out what their why is. And last but not least, premature full-time. This is a landmine. Here's what I mean by this. If you have some immediate results with this, that could be a landmine. If it affects you, okay, where you're saying, well, you know what? I'm quitting my job. Now, I'm not telling you what to do and what not to do, but I will tell you I made a decision to go premature full-time. You heard my story. I was with the company for 14 years. I was the vice president. And because I saw the potential here, okay, I walked away from a 6-figure income because I thought this was going to grow much faster than it did. And that put unbelievable pressure on me and Lisa. Because I said, okay, I'm out of here. It didn't grow as fast because in a business, you have good months, you have bad months. You have good months and you have bad months. Never base your business decision on your top month. Okay, you base your business decision on your residual income, not your immediate income. Because unless you're really good under pressure, because what's going to happen is you're going to lose your previous income. In a lot of cases, you lose daily contact with your warm market. Why? Because who are you around more? Was I around my family more or was I around the Valley people more? I didn't even see my family. Okay, look at working 14-hour days. I'd come home and I'd sleep 7 hours. There's 21. And the 3 hours that I was around my family, I didn't want to talk to them. So when you remove yourself from there, you lose contact with your daily warm market. Here's what I'll suggest to everybody here. If you're thinking about going full-time, call me. And let me ask you some questions. Okay, because I will tell you now, and the good news, here's the good news and bad news. If you're good under pressure, then you may rise to the occasion. But I just want to set the realistic expectations because I've seen a lot of people go premature full-time. because they hate so much what they do that they all of a sudden they go, I made 6,000 this month. I'm quitting. Okay. That 6,000 might not be every month. Well, Jeff, if I do the work, yeah, of course. But I just want to set the right expectations. Okay. So guys, that's the training. That's the pitfalls. Okay. It's been recorded. It'll be on the back office in Geomalva Global. Remember tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Someone's writing. I feel like this is like a horror movie. You know, some of those horror movies? Rad Rum, Rad Rum, Rad Rum. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Bye.
Thanks, Jeff.